Hi, this is Representative Larsen with this week's weekly recap with Rick, and today I'm doing it from my office as part of the year-long tour of my office. We're located about 7 feet from the last time I think I did it in the office to give you a different view, and I will talk about this little thing at the end of the recap. But first I want to just let you know that earlier this week the U.S. House of Representatives passed a nearly $40 billion economic, humanitarian, and military aid package for Ukraine. Another investment from you all, the American taxpayer, to push back against Putin's unprovoked and illegal invasion of Ukraine and to support the women and men of the country of Ukraine. That aid package included about $900 million strictly to help with refugee, humanitarian parolees, and asylees. This is an issue I talked to the president about directly when he was in Seattle a few weeks ago. So we're doing what we can. We can do more as well, but right now we need the Senate to act on that aid package, and I expect that they will. Also this week, we passed important legislation to support our federal firefighters. The bill to expand their access to compensation and benefits when they're injured on the job, and this will help the federal firefighters that are located at Naval Station Everett and at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. And we also passed a bill to improve the working conditions of the TSA employees. Now, yesterday I hosted a virtual town hall with Mayor Mitch Landrieu. Mitch has been appointed the infrastructure coordinator for the Biden administration, and he spent some time with about 50 or so local mayors, county officials, staff folks from ports and port commissioners online to hear from us locally about what we can do to get those dollars from the bipartisan infrastructure bill out the door and deployed into our communities. Now, while it's important to invest in the infrastructure and the foundation that we built in the 1950s, we also need to be building the infrastructure for the 2050s and thinking about what it means to have a cleaner and greener transportation system. And to that end, this little award here, I'm the top event holder. Me and the folks in my office, we had an event with all the other Democrats in Congress about who could hold the highest number of transportation and infrastructure events to highlight the bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And our office won with an official count of 74. Our account was up to about 90, but it was still high enough to win. And just a few short minutes ago, the prize for that was to have lunch with Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and he spent some time with me and the staff to get some questions from them about the infrastructure bill, but also to share some of the next steps for the infrastructure bill, including, and I'll say this because we're all from Washington State, I mentioned the issue of culverts and culvert replacement, and when we had a group picture, after the group picture, he said, "That's all I hear about from you people from Washington State. I'm learning more about salmon and culverts than I ever thought I would as a former mayor of South Bend, Indiana." So we're doing our job. He knows this is an important issue for Washington State. We're going to continue to push on that. This program for culverts will be rolled out probably in the next couple of months, and we need to be prepared to take the opportunities to help fund culvert replacement to help our salmon recovery in the Pacific Northwest. Well, that's all for this week, and this week the weekly recap with Rick, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.